What's going on? It's Astronaut H, and this is the What More Do You Want Network. Now, in this video, I will be discussing tonight's game between the Chicago Bulls and Philadelphia 76ers. And of course, this is my Bulls report. Now, the Chicago Bulls having already beat this Philadelphia 76ers team. Now, granted, they did win in a game where Joel Embiid did play and had a pretty good game, pretty solid, 40-point performance and things like that. Now you look at tonight's matchup where he did not play due to his injury. I really didn't know what to get. I was going to get from the Bulls from the outside looking in, just thinking about how they've played over the course of the past few weeks without LaVine, how they fared in the time without LaVine, and a Philadelphia 76ers team, how they fared without Joel Embiid. They are coming off of a win versus the Houston Rockets in their previous matchup. So they did travel to Chicago for this matchup. Now, in this particular game is a home and home. So the Sixers came to Chicago and the Bulls will travel to Philadelphia, which will be Tuesday. That will be the Chicago Bulls' first game after the new year. Now, when you look at, just like I said, when you look at rosters and look at how things match up, from Billy Donovan electing to go with Andre Drummond, to going with Patrick Williams, going with Alex Caruso, going with Kobe White. The Bulls, I like that lineup a lot. And one thing they did speak to, especially in the broadcast, was minutes and minutes being played, especially by DeRozan and Kobe White. Guys playing 30 plus, almost 40 minutes consistently. Sometimes we do get the wear and tear of it. That's something that's definitely going to have to be monitored very methodically, I would say. You would have to look at it and not try to run these players down. I know Billy Donovan needs DeRozan more than ever now that LaVine and Vucevic are both out. Now, to speak on the game, and what I basically dissected was, in the beginning stages of tonight's game, you've seen a lot of grit and grind. Not a lot of shots were being made early in this game from either side. It was more or less of, I don't know if it was the Bulls. The pace of the actual game never piqued my interest as a Chicago Bulls style game. It never looked like they got a chance to go out there and run. It never looked like they got a chance to go out there and play that up-tempo, fast-paced style that, I've been accustomed to on a more than, nightly basis when it comes to the Chicago Bulls and their games. Now, what I did like was the rebounding of Andre Drummond. It did not matter who was underneath the glass with Drummond. He was rebounding and at a high clip. Had it not been for his foul trouble early, I think he would have had a chance to have 25 rebounds. And that's just me speaking on how just dominant he was on the glass all night long. Now, for the Chicago Bulls, when it came to scoring, you seen, guys like Patrick Williams, you seen Alex Caruso, you seen Kobe White, who hasn't been falling at the clip that it was a few weeks ago. He did go 1 of 5 tonight. But, Alex Caruso picked up the slack when it came to 3-point shooting. But at the end of the first quarter, the Chicago Bulls did find themselves pacing the game. They did score 21 points in the first quarter to the 76ers 17. Now, again, having a lead like that, you think that, again, like I said, the Bulls having the upper hand. Now, in the second quarter, the 76ers started to find their footing, mainly with guys like Patrick Beverly, who, used to be a Chicago Bull, did get a nice round of applause on his entrance into the game. But you did start to see guys making shots, whether it was Nicholas Batum, Marcus Morris. You started to see like that. Due to the foul trouble of Andre Drummond, the 76ers started to get a little more rebounding, but to no effect. I did like the play of Terry Taylor tonight. I did like the play of Dalen Terry tonight. So Terry Taylor played really good in his minutes while Drummond was on the bench. And I believe that, Billy Donovan is starting to find trust and starting to build trust with the younger players. While, again, like I said, certain guys are out. Torrey Craig is still out. Somebody has to fill his role, So when I looked at just the first half by the Chicago Bulls, scoring 56 points is really, really good, To the Chicago Bulls scoring 56 points in the first half is really good. Now, the 76ers themselves did put up 31 points in the second quarter, so they weren't down by a ton. But again, when you found the pace, and I think that's what it was, I just think this game was more of a grinded out, figure out how to win style of game because, DeMar DeRozan didn't shoot his best performance in the first half. Kobe White didn't shoot his best performance in the first half. But it was an all hands on deck. Like I said, you had Patrick Williams, Alex Caruso with his 3-point shooting. Alex Caruso did go 3 for 5 from 3. So when I looked at the final box score and what happened in the third quarter, pretty much the same. I felt like tonight's game was just a heavy dose of do what you're able to do. I don't feel like the Bulls tried to do too much. I don't feel like they tried to get besides themselves in this game. Without Joel Embiid, the 76ers are a different team. They still have Tyrese Maxey. But, holding Philadelphia to, low scoring halves, that's a win. When you hold their role players to a certain number, and I'll get into that in a minute. When you hold, Kelly Oubre to 11 points, Tobias Harris to 15 points, DeAnthony Melton to 9 points, Tyrese Maxey, who only, scored 20 and was 2 of 5 from the free throw line and 2 of 8 from 3, that is definitely going to be a recipe for a win if you are the Philadelphia 76ers. But again, like I said, when you hold their role players to a certain number, I feel like the win can go in your favor. And that's what happened tonight for the Chicago Bulls. They found themselves on the winning end of this game. Final score was 105-92. The Chicago Bulls in the 2023 half of the NBA season on a winning note. Honestly, man, if I wanted to give these guys a grade on the first part of the season, they did talk to Vucevic during the course of the game tonight, and he spoke to some effect about, the early parts, how they were forcing things and how the team wasn't really gelling and things like that. And I think right now, when you look at this team, they're on one accord. This team is definitely one that's been playing better, playing as a team, playing with, a sort of a more of a togetherness. You don't see a lot of one-on-one play. You see a lot of guys swinging, moving, cutting, things like that. And to that effect, that boasts well when you are a team that's fighting. You're a team that's fighting for position, not only in your conference, but along the lines of other teams in the NBA. Right now, the Chicago Bulls are 15-19, but I gotta tip my hat to one player right now, and that being Andre Drummond with another dazzling, not only rebounder performance, but also point performance with a double-double. He did have 15 points, 23 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 blocks, and man, look at it. And not only that, his free throw shooting wasn't the best, but he did go 3 of 10. But man, I gotta tip my hat to not only Billy Donovan for believing in Andre Drummond, but his teammates, because when Vucevic went down, there's a lot of talk about who was going to fill that role. We knew Drummond was going to be able to be in that center position, but he is actually dominating and doing, what he knows how to do best, and that is rebound. That is, be around the rim, be a wreck around the rim, and things like that. So I gotta give my player of the game to Andre Drummond. And like I said, for the Chicago Bulls, you gotta look at this game and just be excited to where things are trending. Honestly, the team is 15-19. They will have tomorrow off, which is New Year's Eve, and they also have New Year's Day off. So the Chicago Bulls do not come back until they face off versus the Philadelphia 76ers, which will be Tuesday, the 2nd day of January. I will be at that game. I will be attending that game personally. So if there is no video or Bulls report for that particular game, I won't be able to do it because I'll actually be seeing the game in person, but I'll try to get as much content for you guys at the game. I did get some content from the last Bulls and Sixers game, but I don't think it was videos. I think I only had photos, so I didn't want to upload any photos. But like I said, I will be at the game. So if you are a Chicago Bulls fan or a Philadelphia 76ers fan, I will be at the game. I do not know what section I'll be in as of yet, but if you see me and you want to kick it at the game, by all means, we could do that. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Philadelphia 76ers fans, Chicago Bulls fans, or if you're an NBA fan and this is just your first time tuning into this channel, please let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can know anytime a video is being uploaded to this channel. It's Astronaut H. This is the What More Do You Want Network, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.